I'm here with Gaz. We're outside Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Leicester City 0. Gaz, would you have taken that turning up today?
Oh, mate, 1,000,000%. I thought they had a better team on paper, especially the midfield. But big props to Scott McTominay. He had quite the midfield battle today, and I thought, I thought more times than not he came out on top. I think that's. We've maybe dropped points so far this season. You guys in the preview were saying the performances are better, you know, the performances aren't too bad. But I think individual performances maybe have let us down so far this season. But today I thought individual performances really got us the win there. The defence were great, you know, to see out a 1-0 against a really, really dangerous team like that. You've got to play well. The two fullbacks need a shout out quite a bit. Wan-Bissaka and Ashley Young. I thought Ashley Young in that first half was really good, and Wan-Bissaka in the second half came into it a bit more. Maguire was a bit, he made a couple of errors, but there's a couple of times in there where he really won a 50-50 strong and had the crowd going, and Lindelof I thought was...
There was one challenge in the second half where we seemed to drop the pace a lot, and he kind of just dumped someone on the floor twice, went around him, and it got lifted back up again. Did you feel like we kind of slowed the pace down a lot today in the second half?
I think we did, because we were trying to control the game, weren't we, while we were 1-0 up? Yeah, I think that's what it was, and I think that we were perfectly happy because we were confident we were going to keep them out. I wasn't, and I don't think any of the fans around me were.
It's one of very few clean sheets in the last 20
But you've
games.
got to say individually, like I say, David De Gea made a couple of great saves today, and you know, maybe saves that he would have struggled with recently. So like I say, man, I think the individual performances helped us through. Scott McTominay needs...
It had to be that kind of performance today with the injuries to Pogba and Marshall.
Totally. So it needed to be a dogged performance today, and you needed to... The reason why you thought we were going to lose is because you just conceded that we were going to lose the midfield battle. And I don't necessarily think we did today, and they've got a lot of talent there. Forward, I thought Rashford, obviously, maybe today's sort of style of play doesn't suit him a little bit.
So that he could have had 2 goals if the free kick just hits the other side of the post.
Mate, the free kick was top because there's some lads next to me going, don't let him anywhere fucking near it. And he does that, man. It's like, he's going to be inconsistent though, Rashford, because he's 21 years old. We shouldn't be relying on him as our first choice striker, as I've said loads of times.
We are, and that's going to show, because we've beaten Chelsea, beaten Leicester at home, lost to Palace. Is that kind of the season we've got to expect from these boys?
Yeah, it is. They're going to be up and down. They're going to be up and down, aren't they, these youngsters? But I do think today maybe we could have given Greenwood a few minutes and maybe brought Rashford off a little bit earlier. They're saying that the free kick, if that went in, then...
I do find Ali's subs a bit weird.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to lie. I thought Chong definitely did well when he came.
Yeah, Chong was brilliant. I thought Chong was really good. But Matic, we all knew he was going to come off. It was just weird for Fred to come on for him in a game.
What did you make of him? I thought when Fred and Chong came on, he provided a bit more energy.
I thought Fred and Chong were really good, mate. Chong especially was really good, especially since, you know, you see some people saying out of the youngsters he's the one that there's a few more question marks over. But he was really good, man. I liked him. Drop of the shoulder one time, just completely fooling the defender. He's got a lot of pace to him for a big lad. You've got to love it.
We needed that, innit? It kind of takes the pressure off a little. It releases the valve a little bit.
It does, but you know what? Like Leicester today, he says outplayed you. I'm not so sure myself, but
I think they had the better of the possession.
Yeah, they did. But I think that we were set up to sort of just take it today and come away with a 1-0 win. And you got to say the defence did well, man. We've seen dogged performances like that when we had loads of injuries. So I'm happy, really happy, in fact, if we can get wins in games like that where we've had so many players out. Totally, and if certain players who maybe a lot of us don't rate, you know, the likes of Ashley Young, maybe a lot of people have question marks over Scott McTominay, if they can turn up in these games, then they win us these games, and they did today. And one player I've still not shouted out though, Daniel James, because it's a given now that he's class.
He cut in at one point in the second half, and I thought, here we go again, 5th goal of the season. Who was your man of the match?
It's got to be McTominay. Got to be. There's a couple of moments where maybe you were like, but he played some really good passes, and especially defensively and going into challenges, I thought he was great, winning every 50-50. Scott McTominay, I thought that us dominating the midfield, or us having some sort of control over the midfield today won us the game. So yeah, him.
Cheers, Gareth.
Happy, mate.
Nice one, brother.